Good morning. Welcome back. Today's Thursday, and this is Brent Lehman, Superintendent, North Adams Community Schools, and I'm happy to share answers to some more of your questions today. But let me begin by talking a little bit about the school messenger that went out yesterday. Uh, the admin team worked diligently to come up with a new plan for the start of school, and we did that, and we have posted that out there. But if you missed that or didn't see any of that information, the plan is to have school as normal on Monday, and it will be a regular school day, regular starting time, regular ending times. Transportation will run through its normal routes and pickups and drop-offs. Now we need to remember, though, for the transportation piece, that this on Monday will be the first day, and transportation is not an exact science on the first day. There are just some delays that happen, so be prepared for that. We'll be serving lunch, and all staff and students will be wearing masks as they go through the school day when they are around others. I want to step back and talk just a little bit more about lunch. We did take care of the fee on the online lunch payment program. The school district is going to cover that cost. So if you haven't done that in preparation for next week, we would love for you to go on and put money in your student's account so that that's just all taken care of, and we're ready to go for next week. The nice part about that is if we do have to delay the start again, or if we have to have students work from home for a while, that money just sits there in the account ready to be used whenever we're on campus. And we just appreciate you doing that, so we're not transferring money and coins back and forth. It's safer if we don't have to do that. If you really are not interested in the online, and I hope many of you will be, please send a check for a certain amount of days, and we will get that entered in and taken care of. So again, our plan on Monday is to have a regular day of school, and we are going to make sure that all students who are on campus on Monday receive their device. Because as I shared the other day, if students had devices in their hands, we have far more options on how to deal with COVID-related delays and closings and shutdowns and those sort of things. So that will be the main focus for Monday, and that is a yeoman's task, as that means getting probably 1,500 students their devices and getting them checked out properly, getting them logged in and ready to go. But the team is ready to do that, and that will be our focus on that day. For those of you that are doing the online version of school to start the year, we're following the same procedure as we would have last week. We won't have time to do that on Monday, as we'll be working on all the on-campus students, but Tuesday night, from 4 to 7. You can come to school, come to the activities area in the K8 building. That's the old middle school cafeteria, for those of you that remember it that way. And you'll be able to pick up the device. Again, please don't bring the whole family. If it's a high school student, it would be great if they came in by themselves. If you have younger students, though, certainly a parent with them is absolutely appropriate. And we'll get that all checked out to you, so you have that. Now that's Tuesday from 4 to 7, and it is at the K8 building in the Activities Center. Again, please, if you come to that, wear your mask, and we'll get you in and out just as quick as we possibly can. So that's our current plan. The question has been, the high school lost their chance for an open house, and if you haven't seen that information, they are going to plan to do that Sunday afternoon, and so you can stop in, again, not for a long time, but you can stop in, bring some things. If you have a new student, You can check out and find some of the rooms, and that is certainly going to be an option on Sunday afternoon. And I'm pretty confident that all high school students have received that information. It's been put out on multiple platforms. So take advantage of that, and we will look forward to seeing you on Sunday if you come by the building. I do want to, after giving you all of that information, say, now remember, last week we got to within 18 hours of starting school and we had to stop. Things remain very fluid and very just unpredictable. So what happens if come Monday we can't have everybody in here for school? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have all of you come in for a short time. We will set up plans for having students come, and even the on-campus students get their devices, get them logged on, get them ready to go. These will be short time frames, and if we need to go to that, we will put out the information as to when the times will be. We'll have some daytime hours, we'll have some evening hours, and we'll have a whole plan for that if needed. So just be aware that we are planning for full day school on Monday. If again something causes us to make a change, we will set up a system where everybody can get their device and we can then begin our virtual education. Okay, before I end today, I want to review what we shared early on about communication. If your family is impacted by any of the possible exposures that may happen at school, whether that's staff or students, you will be contacted. If your child or staff member or any other person around the building is not under that exposure, you'll not be contacted. We're starting to get questions from parents. Well, who's positive? Are there any positive? That's just not information that we can share. What I can tell you is if there is a student who would be positive, if there is a staff member who would be positive from their COVID test, they will not be in the building. If anyone in your family had a possibility of an exposure when they were here at this building, you will be looped in. And those are the people that will notify. And we will determine if that requires quarantine or if it's just you need to be aware of this at this point in time. And exactly how we do that, we communicate with the health department and we go off of their guidance on how this should work, whether someone should be recommended to be tested or are they to be at home for 14 days, 10 days, all of those guidelines that have come from the state health department. That's a collective effort to decide what that information is. So again, if you are impacted by it, you'll get called. If you're not, you won't be. And if you call us, we won't give you that information. So quite frankly, we don't have time to answer a lot of those phone calls because you can imagine things are very, very, very busy for all of us as we try to find our way through this strange new world. So again, appreciate you tuning in today. Appreciate your patience and staying tuned in because things change very, very quickly and we get that information out as quickly as we know it. But we also need you staying logged in and tuned in to all of that information. So with that, have a wonderful afternoon and we'll talk to you next week.